Okay, very nice. You're a very musical person. So I think you understand the spirit of Mendelssohn very well. When we think of Mendelssohn, we think of lightness, we think of fluency, gracefulness in the second movement. I thought you captured most of that very, very well. So I think with the time we've got, want to spend mainly just things, some technical things that will kind of help you express those qualities even better. You did very well with ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bum. It doesn't always speak, huh? But do it once more, and I think if you can add some vibrato to that fourth finger, you can get some more resonance out of it. Just try it once. That's it. So I found that actually in all of your pizzicatos, you had a very nice light energy from the way you were doing the pizzicato, but your left hand was dead. So why don't you go ding, ba-dum, bum, bum, ding, ba, and vibrate everything and see, just for the quality of the pizz. That's okay. That's it. Right, good. And so you can also experiment instead of doing this. Did you ever go this way? You'll get a little bit more. Yeah, try like the G string notes. Beam, bum, 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 beam. The last four notes. for me. Right. So this is just there's a little bit more resonance in the sound. Right. Right. Yeah. Play one more time from the beginning. Jennifer, play even a little bit more. Okay. Pizzicato, just one dynamic up. That was a better pizzicato. You want to be, when you start, that's why I asked you to play more, one reason. That subito pianissimo is so charming, but you have to have enough sound before that you can make it happen. Okay? We won't do it again. So now I wanted to go down to here. Play that. Right. So the idea is nice. It's like the seem to have a little trouble with the up bows, huh? Yeah. What do you do? 1 and 3? Is that what you did? Is that what you're going? Oh, all ups. Okay, good. So put your bow up there. I'm going to take this away there. Yeah. So when you want to do these up bows, okay, I think the up bow stroke comes from the wrist, right? Well, so that's something that I don't see coming from your hand, right? Now while I'm doing this, squeeze your thumb. See how it blocks it? Now it's harder to move. So I can tell when I'm looking at you play that you're holding the bow so tight here that you can't get this action. Right? So here, take the bow out of your hand. Just do this a few. That's right. Throw, throw, throw. That's right. So if your wrist is that flexible, yeah. No, the other thing that you did, do it one more time. It's good. You see how you're leading with your wrist. So even if you don't generally, take the bow again. Okay. You may generally play like this, but when you want to do that stroke, bring your wrist forward like this. And now, see what happens. Try that. That's better. Does that feel better? And you can make it a fairly long stroke. You can cover a lot of ground and start even all the way out here, or maybe around here. Right. So let me just. I want you to stay there and watch my wrist. Actually, a good thing to practice is just going around in some circles like this. Do that. Good. Good. Now you just take that stroke and travel. You're learning very fast, so try the tempo a little faster now. Yep, up, up, up. That's it. Now be more vigorous. That's it. So this finger needs to articulate the beginning. There. Now try the passage. Bravo. A little faster. Good. Right, so another little charming detail right there. You see that after the G, Mendelssohn actually has a slur. Just the slightest little slide, but rather than try it. It's do it without the piano once. Just play a few times. Right, now if you want to actually make it, I know it's like, make it a little slower so we really hear it. which you were right here. Watch, one more time. Your arm is getting heavy, so that's why it's so lighten. That's it. Do it with a smile. Right. That's very good. Hard with a room full of people, but if you do that every day, you can enjoy it. It's a very charming moment. Okay, let's see. Let's do the second theme. Very nice, and actually, maybe you're not quite as nervous now. Your vibrato's working better. When you played that before, there were a lot of dead notes from the left hand. It's feeling better now.
Yeah.
So, what I feel like the danger of this is we can make a crescendo, and then we do it again. So. It's fine, but it's maybe not the most imaginative thing. Can you think of a different shaping? Right, good. Very good. So you can even play that less, right? So come in expressive right on the first note and come down. Then on the next one you can go back up. Right? Vibrato. Right, so yeah, okay, this just that maybe isn't that. Play an open A once. Sort of, it's breezy music. Maybe the open string is okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now, I'm not sure where you slid it. Sorry, but there was some glissandos in there that I'm not so sure about. How do you play it on the D string? Just listen to yourself, and then you choose what you like. If you like the slide or you don't like the slide, but listen carefully. So here's a possibility. What if you vibrated the first one and then use a harmonic? That way you get rid of a slide. Then I'm not sure. You could probably use a harmonic there too. Vibrate the first one. You can do this a few times. See if you can get rid of the sound of the shift. While you're vibrating that D, this fellow's got to be ready to play. So if it, that's it. So you can actually belong to the cello a little bit more right at the beginning. Okay. So then going right on, I wanted to suggest another fingering. What did you do here? Yeah. used your thumb on that harmonic and played it on the D string. It's not hard. Thumb. And third finger on the D string. There it is. Right. Good. Now go to the A string. All right. It's a nice way to get some variety. Yeah. Yeah, you know that part of the cello, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay, let's see. Anything you want to ask me about in this movement? It's quite repetitive. Oh, I remember one other place when you were doing. So, if we could get rid of the whole, it takes the intensity away. Have you ever tried just that? It's a little bit the same thing, isn't it? The wrist can get up there and feel the hand. Yeah. So I think to make that stroke, it comes in two pieces. One, our power comes from the whole arm, right? This is where we're strongest. But the articulation comes right from the fingers. So bite each note with your fingers. That's it. Bravo. Okay, good. Okay, anything else in this movement? Yeah, one more. Just do this version of the second theme over here. Yeah. What's hard about this? Why am I asking you to play it? Vibrato. Okay. I noticed a couple other places you had a very nice continuous vibrato, so you actually have the ability to vibrate through those stretches, right? You have to stretch back and forth and keep your vibrato going, but you can do it. But you have to think of just train yourself to do that, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go to the third movement just for, how are we doing on time? Is anybody keeping?
5 minutes.
Huh? 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you. So, bravo, I liked your chorale beginning. We know that Mendelssohn was a great admirer of Bach, right? In fact, he had a lot to do with reviving Bach, bringing Bach back to people's attention as he sort of been, and also he had sort of a religious fervor, which I think here is what he's trying to show in this chorale with all of the arpeggios. I think there's kind of a religious ecstasy in that, right? So what I think is that today, we're getting close to 200 years later with a lot of music that's been written since, that if you make those arpeggios sound the wrong way, it starts to sound kind of Hollywoody. You know what I mean? It can sound a little bit cheap, and it's a very difficult thing not to, but if you can put yourself kind of in church when you play that opening, right? So that you make it as profound a moment as you can make it, right? But I like it. I actually thought you played it extremely well, Chung. I like it when the arpeggios are not so spread out. Like, try it once and don't play the arpeggio. I'm going to give you the middle of the beat. And then, so that the left hand always starts after the 8th note. Just play the first one. So dim, ba-yam, ba-yam. So they're a little bit later and faster. Right, that's right, yeah. Rather than taking the whole beat for them. Right? Okay, now how do you find, this is a sonata, so it's okay if I talk to the pianist too, right? Yeah. You like that because now you're relaxed, huh? Yeah. But well, I can ask both of you. How do you find a tempo for this? What considerations are there? Well, I guess I'll answer my own question. Yeah. What's different in tempo when the cello comes in? You have triplets, but it says animato, right? So because the cello has an animato, needs to play a little bit faster than you want maybe sing to yourself. And then play slower than that. Want to try? Right, so, great. Okay, that's the idea. We'll go on now, right? So, and then I thought this was very musical, but I didn't think it was like really emotionally powerful. So I was wondering if you had do you have some kind of image in your head about what you're going to express when you start that?
I was thinking like praying.
Praying? Okay, that's if this is like the chorale, then this is sort of like a recitative. You know, that's like if you know the Bach Fantasy and Fugue, something like that. So there's so you have a freedom here, and I think actually I kind of like your idea. There's something a little bit personal about it and deeply felt. Yeah. And then we're going to put this all together in a second. Then we get up to forte here. What's going on here emotionally? It's a completely different feeling than when it starts, right? Yeah. So if you start maybe rather personal, maybe a little bit of melancholy, right? And then let's see if you can build emotional intensity, not just get louder, but build emotional intensity into here, right? Yeah. Want to just do the last cadence for? That's the animato, right? And it helps us feel sort of the religious fervor, passion. Yeah. Okay. I wonder about your bow too. What if you started up bow? Wouldn't that be the bit more comfortable? Let's just do da 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 dee da 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 da. And unfortunately, and this happens a lot in music, the really expressive notes are our fourth finger. Because our fourth finger is the highest, right? So how about just playing this and vibrate all those fourth fingers? Got a little mixed up in the bowing because you're starting in the middle of it, but that's good. That's the idea. You understand. Okay. Okay, so, and towards the end, when this recitative comes back here, you do you know what the piano is playing at that point? The piano, when the next time the recitative comes back, the piano and the cello, she's playing the chorale and you're playing the recitative. So you can't mess with it in the same way. She's going to be giving you a tempo, and you can, inside the beat, you can play your rubato, right? But you can't play with the same kind of freedom that you played right now. Okay. So this piece, when I hear it, it reminds me, you know, that I played this on my my college graduation recital for my bachelor's degree at the University of Southern California, right? And Larry Lesser might remember this. I played my recital in a place called Hancock Auditorium. And the reason I'm telling you this was because Hancock Auditorium, which still exists, it's a beautiful building, but it's been remodeled a little bit at that time. Underneath the stage, in the floor below, was an aquarium, a museum aquarium, and there were big fish tanks down there, and there was a huge fish tank underneath the stage. And when I arrived here at this low G, play this, right, and we keep holding, and yes. So there was something about where my end pin was sitting on the floor. It picked up the resonance of the cello, and the cello sound went into the fish tank. And there was like boom, and there were G's banging all over the room, and I don't know how many fish died, but and I didn't know how to get out of it. You know, I could hear it, but I just so okay. Anyway, bravo. Yeah.